Alright, well, been gone for a bit. And to be honest, like, it's tough to make these. And I mean, I was gone enough that I was able to realize that I didn't really feel the need to, like, if I'm gone for the amount of time that I've been gone but without an upload, I can go another day. So I decided to wait until I truly had like a break. I'll break it down to you. I've been busy. That's going to be the title of this video. I've been pretty busy with just things in general. But doing a lot. I've like my summer was kind of boring, and then I like had some stuff planned, and all this stuff kind of happened at the same time. Um, Basically, what happened was my birthday was a couple weeks ago, and so I decided to go to San Diego with some friends. It actually was supposed to be for something else. Like we basically the plan was that like a friend was supposed to, bunch of friend of our friends were supposed to be in San Diego, and the date, the weekend that worked for us happened to also be my birthday weekend. It didn't feel like a birthday weekend because it wasn't, so they didn't get me gifts or anything like that. That's fine. We did a lot of cool stuff in San Diego. I planned like a great itinerary, and we did a bunch of cool stuff. So yeah, Comic Con was also that weekend, so that was really fun. And then basically what happened was right after that, so that was the 24th to the 30th, 30th, 24th, 24th, to the 28th. My bad. We were there until the 28th. Hold on. I'm going to fact check this. Yeah, okay. It was to the 27th. So the 24th to the 27th. I don't know. I can't math. I'm very tired, and I'll explain why. Um, yeah, it was just a really fun thing that my friends and I did. And we just went and had a blast. Got an Airbnb, great price on the Airbnb too. Did a bunch of cool stuff. We took Amtrak down. That was really fun because we didn't. That way we were not like, oh, car this, car that. We ended up taking quite a fair amount of Uber XLs. We had six of us. It's kind of hard, but the Ubers weren't that expensive, especially after you split them. Like, you know, however many ways. Um, it's not that much. And what happened was at the end of it, the two people that were ordering all the Ubers, they had a like the premium Uber because they have a DoorDash Dash Pass. So because of it, they include like like premium Uber, whatever. So they got a discount. The two of them that were ordering never ended up wanting to get paid back. Like they were kind of just like, it's chill, we'll cover it, which is really cool. I mean, I guess that was kind of like their birthday present to me, as well as the other people that didn't pay. So birthday present for everyone, I guess. Getting off topic. That was basically that weekend, and then what happened was from like Monday, Tuesday, I was kind of just like exhausted. Then I had some work stuff that I had to do, and then the weekend came, and I did. Let me see what I did. I did some. I remember doing some stuff. Um, yeah, I had like I said, I had some meetings. I had some stuff, some projects that I'm working on like Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, and then Friday was when Spider-Man came out, the 31st, and I've now seen it like four times, and it's awesome. I love it. I'll go in depth maybe about it on a different video when I'm not tired. I just wanted to get this one out here. Thus, I'm gonna call this like the nighttime setup background with the L&L menu and the Adventure Time poster and the Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Um, and the headband, of course, and new headphones, by the way. That was also, I guess, a part. I wouldn't even call that a life update. God, that's sad. Imagine it's like, oh yeah, life update. I bought new headphones. No, but they are new. They're cool. They're actually the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 5s, which I'm loving so far, especially in what I would consider to be like their budget headset. It doesn't have too many controls that it feels like it's doing too much. The software that it comes with is a game changer. Steel Series, like, I think they call it GG. That's like the software that you have on like computers. It has this thing called Sonar. It like basically puts different channels for everything. It's super advanced. Maybe not that advanced. Maybe I'm just a simpleton. But I think it's cool. It has separate channels for every stuff, and you can tweak everything. Um, we're really entering, I think, a new age of like interactive audio, especially consumer electronics. Like especially for gaming. This is a gaming headset, and yet it sounds like the great 40 millimeter drivers. Okay, whatever. Again, getting off topic. Um, yeah, and then basically what happened was Spider-Man came out. That kind of then I was doing stuff with friends, and then da 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 da, and then boom, on the fourth, my friends and I had this huge thing planned for an entire week of going up to Capitol Hill Block Party, driving up to Seattle, spending some nights in NorCal, Portland, Seattle on the way up, spending a couple days in Seattle and spending a couple days in Portland, and then me flying back down, which happened today. And I got like 4.5 minutes to work with, 3.5. I'm trying to keep these like under 10 minutes. I know people don't want to listen to me talk forever, and I don't because I'm kind of sick, and I'll get into that. Um, yeah, pretty much what happened was like it was this huge plan that was sparked like a couple months ago, and it kind of just happened. In fact, it happened in like June, I'm pretty sure, because that was after right after. Yeah, it was like it might have been like May, late May. I think it was like late May. Capitol Hill Block Party announced, or not announced. I think they had already. I'll fact check this, but I'm pretty sure sometime in May that was when Capitol Hill Block Party, which is this music festival in Seattle, they announced that they were going to have Mag Bay. And I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but the house were all like Mag Bay fanatics. Probably like I would call us the most like diehard fans in in like a 20-mile radius. I'll be generous. Actually, maybe not. There might be some actual like sicko stalkers, but um, basically we were like, we want to see Mag Bay, period. Magdalena Bay, if you don't know. And so we did it. We planned this trip, and mostly my friend, who lives in Portland, he basically spearheaded this idea of like, we can drive up, spend a night at one of our friends who lives in NorCal, spend a night there. So when we drive up, we're not driving up, and we're splitting it into chunks. So the first day we drive up from LA to NorCal. It's about a 6 hour to where my friend's at, 6 hours, give or take, plus rest stops maybe eight. 7.5, maybe eight. I mean, depending on how like urgent you're being. Anyways, we're gonna go and spend a night in NorCal, sleep, and then get on the road again, go up to Portland, spend a day there, sleep, and then rinse and repeat, and then do that in Seattle, and then so basically Tuesday, NorCal, Wednesday, Portland, Thursday. What the hell? I Okay, I don't know what that was. I don't know if that's gonna appear. That was weird. It was like birthday balloons. I did not touch anything, by the way. God, that threw me off. Um, yeah, and then Thursday Seattle, Friday, and then Friday Seattle because that's the festival. And we only needed the one day because we were basically seeing Mag Bay and Between Friends, and we wanted to see Nina Girachi. Turns out we couldn't, and then we ended up seeing Frost Children as well. Um, and if you don't know who those artists are, really great artists. I kind of like I don't want to get into who they are, but great artists. I like them. My friends like them. That's why we went. And just we turned it into this awesome thing where it's like, and then we go to the Capitol Block Party, do the day there, da 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 da, then spend another day in Seattle, then drive back down to Portland, spend a couple nights in Portland, and then my friend who drove us up, in his car, was going to stay with family in Portland, and then I would fly back. And so here we are. I flew back today. It's Tuesday, August 11th. I flew back at 6 in the morning. A different story for everything that happened to that. I'll do like the full story. It's pretty crazy. But I guess all you need to know is I've been really busy, and like it feels weird. I'm super tired because I've been up since 4 a.m. and it's 10:34 as I'm recording this. Um, but I landed back in LA at Burbank at like noon. So the last 10 hours, I've just been kind of sitting around being like, dude, all that shit, those big two vacations, kind of big trips, going to San Diego, Seattle, NorCal, and Portland. That's like four different new locations. I mean, I've been to NorCal. I'm from NorCal. I'm from San Francisco, but we weren't going to San Francisco. We went to a place in NorCal, which was different. That I mean, we didn't even spend that much time there. We just were in a house basically. But fuck it, I'll count it for the purpose of bragging. Four different places in like 3-ish weeks, 2.5 weeks. It was crazy. And in between all of that, I landed an internship. I got into this really big internship that like I found out on the road. Found out on the road on Tuesday, and that was insane. Like I got the email and it was crazy. My friend got it too, and he was driving at the time. Um, yeah, it's just life has been crazy, and I kind of spent the last 10 hours just being like, dude, I don't have anything planned for the rest of August. I mean, I've got some things that I want to happen in August. I won't tell you what, but whatever. I know I'm going over, sorry, but it is really easy to talk. Like, to talk for 12 minutes is really easy. I don't know how people struggle with it. I don't mean to sound ignorant, but I know some people have, like, problems talking. It's very easy for me. Um, but yeah, crazy, crazy life update stuff. A lot of stuff going on. I'm back. Don't have a lot planned for August, like at least this week. Got to pick up my friend from the airport. He stayed in Seattle, and then he's coming back here. His boyfriend lives in Seattle, so that was the place we were staying at for Capitol Hill Block Party. And so he stayed a couple extra nights there. When we went to Portland, he stayed in Seattle, and he's flying back from Seattle to LA, and I'm picking him up tomorrow. But other than that, like, just free schedule, and it's crazy because I'm just like, damn, all that stuff, and then, now I've got the rest of summer to kind of just process. But I've got a cough from the festival. I get it every time. It's like concert crud, whatever. Just every single time I get sick right after. I think I just go too hard, honestly. Happens every time. Like, I get the dry throat, then I get the hot flashes and the constant, persistent, like, sweating, like, immense sweating at the brow and forehead and temples. Then it becomes just fever symptoms, and then it becomes the mucus and everything. I'm at the end of it, so I'm coughing. So it sounds awful because I'm like, bleh, I sound like Walter White, but all the mucus is coming up, and that's like the final stage. So by tomorrow, hopefully I'm better. But I am tired, and I do have like a cough, and I'm thirsty, and I've been talking for 14 minutes. So goodbye. I'll upload this probably in the morning. But yeah, to the 5 subscribers, I don't know how I'm getting subscribers. You guys are to the 5 people that have been watching, and if you're randomly getting this and you're recommended, like, and you're clicking on it, like, yay! Yeah, you guys are cool. I'll keep making these videos because I don't know, people are subscribing and watching. What? I like when I made these videos, I was like, no one's gonna watch these. That's why it's perfect for me to just talk to myself in front of a camera. And yet now people are watching it. And when I started making the videos, I was like, okay, just in case people watch it, I won't say like crazy revealing things. And so now I'm going to continue that by just talking. And that's it for this video. I went way over. Sorry about that. If you don't watch it, you probably won't. Again, it's like 5 of you guys. But yeah. Bye.